Good morning, everyone. I'm Susanna. Welcome to YAARS News, bringing you the best in morning updates. Coming up, Travis Scott finally addresses the Astroworld tragedy and releases an apology video on his social media. Stay tuned to learn more. Two UH students come together to create a new band called Roboto Elegy. Listen up to find out where you can watch them live. And prices surge at the Renaissance Festival. Find out all the details, all this and more on YAARS Morning News.
Thank you, Susanna. Travis Scott addresses the Astroworld tragedy and releases an apology, leaving many unconvinced. American rapper Travis Scott was the main act of the Astroworld Festival in Houston. During the concert, a massive crowd began to surge towards the stage, injuring hundreds and killing 10. One mother speaks up about her daughter's death.
I want my baby back, please. Give me my baby back, please. Oh my God, my baby.
Who should be held accountable? Many are pointing fingers at Scott as he has reportedly encouraged a culture of violence and refused to stop the show despite the crowd screaming for help. Scott has uploaded a response on Twitter and Instagram where he expressed condolences to the families of those who died.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night.
However, many believe his apology to be disingenuous.
This whole apology video looks like he was just woken up out of a deep slumber and forced to make this by his lawyer.
And his apology was fake as hell.
Scott has not made any more statements about the event and has since faced multiple lawsuits.
Thank you, Anna Renee. Now a story in a local tragedy involving 3 children. Amy tells us more.
A mother and her boyfriend remain in jail after child remains are found in their Houston apartment. The mother's 8-year-old son passed away when her boyfriend harmed him around Thanksgiving 2020. The couple abandoned the apartment and the mom's 3 kids in March, leaving the boy's remains with the other children. The oldest son called the police in October, leading to the discovery of their brother and rescue of the kids. The couple is now being charged with multiple crimes and serving time in jail.
Now on to some pandemic news. Many teachers in our area are facing tough challenges on the job due to COVID-19. According to the Texas Education Agency, newly certified teachers have decreased by 27% over the past 2 years, causing a teacher shortage. The ongoing pandemic has made the job even more draining, regardless of past experience in the field.
I had to miss my first week of personal development because I tested positive for COVID. I also had to miss opportunity to plan my first unit with my team. Not to mention, I was so stressed out because I hadn't had time to set up my classroom.
After only her first semester as a teacher, Alma Riola now feels like she's at a crossroads, giving up on her dream or risking her life.
Coronavirus vaccines are now available to children ages 5 and up. With the fall semester bringing many kids back to school comes the added risk of the coronavirus spread. To combat this, Pfizer and BioNTech have released an FDA-approved vaccine for children. Studies show the vaccine to be 90% effective in preventing the virus. While many are skeptical, the FDA assures that the potential benefits of the vaccine outweigh the known and potential risks.
Now on to national news. Rap star Gunna and a charity CEO are creating a free in-school grocery store for hungry families. 17 million kids are battling hunger in America, so the team wanted to do something to change that. They built a mini store inside of Gunna's old middle school, which provides free food, clothes, and hygiene items for students. A Texas teacher explains how this could help more than just the kids.
I would like the fact that if parents could come in and shop as well, I think that would grow a better sense of community between the schools and the families, and maybe we could move everybody past that. Maybe we could come up with other things so it benefits everyone.
The store is restocked weekly, and the team is happy to fund it for student families.
Thank you, Amy. Now, lads and lasses, it's time for the weather. On behalf of YAARS, truly, go Pirates! The Houston area is looking right proper hot as usual. A little wee bit of rain passed by earlier, but it's long gone now, so we can all suffer the hot temperatures together. Go H-Town. Average of 60 degrees around the city, 55 closer up north. If any of you think that's cold, is no Glasgow. Is no Glasgow, I'll tell you that much. Does that say 300 degrees? Alright, which one of you is lighting up giant Christmas bonfires? It's a month away. Metal boils at that temperature. I'll scalp your wee behind, Christ's sake. But in general, the temperatures are fairly standard across the board, as a reminder that when New Year's rolls around, you better go out and enjoy that snow while it lasts, because we won't get more for another 8 years. I'm talking to you blatant, crazy Texas sports fans. Get out of the humid stadium and enjoy nature.
Now on to some sports news. The Houston Astros had a great run this season, making it to Game 6 of the World Series. However, it wasn't enough to bring the trophy home. The Braves beat the Astros 7-0 Tuesday night here in Minute Maid Park. Losing McCullers Jr., one of the star pitchers, due to an injury during the American League Division Series, made it more difficult to defeat the Braves. Now a development from one of our own, and Renee tells us more.
2 UH students have come together to create a new band called Rubato Elegy. University of Houston students Ponyo Corpus and Priscilla Adejokan are best friends who, in the summer, decided to merge their musical talents to create a piano singer duo. They perform an array of songs ranging from original ballads to popular numbers at venues across the Houston area.
You can really feel their emotions, like when they're hurt, when they're happy, when they're in love. And it's a really nice feeling to see such a raw artist perform with their emotions.
In fact, the word rubato is a classical music term that calls for the musician to change the pace of the piece at their will. The word elegy is a deep reflection, usually in the form of a poem.
When you put these things together, it's really on brand for us because we use our music to reflect at our own pace while encouraging others to do the same.
The band will continue to perform at select venues and release their original music within the next year. So follow their Instagram at rubato_elegy for more updates.
Have you started your holiday shopping yet? Experts are suggesting you start your holiday shopping now. Finding the perfect gift might be challenging this year. COVID-19 is causing a supply chain shortage nationwide. Experts are suggesting shopping at your local stores to avoid any shipping delays. Major stores including Walmart, Best Buy, and Target will be closed on Thanksgiving Day and will reopen early Friday morning. Be sure to start your holiday shopping early to avoid any unnecessary holiday stress. Now on to a story of a Houston native. Yusuf tells us more.
A hospitality student is working on a horror-themed escape room business. University of Houston senior Amy Harity is a hotel and restaurant management major and plans to use her studies for entertainment within the next few years. Her plan is to use her business education to create an escape room or board game cafe business. Amy is inspired by horror movies and games and plans to welcome like-minded people to her immersive new business.
In entertainment news, famous YouTuber Mr. Beast created a real-life Squid Games for people to compete in. Hundreds of people played childhood games inspired by the viral Korean show for a chance to win $456,000. Mr. Beast admits creating this cost him $3.5 million. Popular YouTuber PewDiePie recounts how others are criticizing Mr. Beast.
People were like, oh, you spent all this money like doing this when you could have just like fed the hungry or some shit like that. And Mr. Beast actually does a lot to help people. So it's kind of like.
Mr. Beast's history in fundraising and creative ventures like Squid Games continue to spread global welfare.
Thank you, Amy. Speaking of YouTube, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel at YAARS News. Now on to the story of the Renaissance Festival.
The annual Texas Renaissance Festival promises cost-effective and period-accurate entertainment, but this year's event makes visitors question if it's even worth attending. The ongoing festivities are delivering raised prices and a lack of COVID regulations instead. Pandemic guidelines, as written on the event's website, threaten to hinder the Renaissance spirit for the first time in its 46-year-long run. But the 500,000 guests who attended this month kept turnout high, and officials didn't enforce any mask mandates, as attendees at the scene can confirm.
Last year, I think they were a little more strict than this year. This year, just a couple shops had signs up and nobody listened to them. So there were like a handful of people that were actually wearing their masks this year.
Visitors can still purchase jewelry, stage entertainment, and turkey legs, but the newly increased cost of attendance and activities is a large source of frustration.
This year I actually bought something. I bought a dress and it was like $100 for the most basic thing that I've ever seen. The prices of admission went up, the prices of camping went up, the prices of leaving your RV went up. Basically like the price of everything, like all the food. I had a sandwich that was like $11.
Renaissance fans are advised to take the yearly increase in cost as an incentive to purchase the online tickets as early as possible. Dedicated event-goers that are unfazed by cost and COVID will continue to attend the 16th Century Spirit in Todd Mission, Texas until late November.
That's all for this morning news. I'm Susanna, and thank you for sailing with us today. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms at YAARS News. Until next time.